of the Worcester Polytech Engineers. I'm Greg Baldwin here along with Chris Spooner. Chris, it is the state tournament finals. Both teams have made it all the way here. Grafton is the West champion, Hanover is the East. It's an Indian lockup. They're the Grafton Indians and the Hanover Indians. Hanover's record is 19-1-0. The Grafton holds a 17-1-2 record. We are also playing on AstroTurf, something different for both teams. I know something about Hanover. A lot of them do play in the Indoor Soccer League in the South Shore Sports Center. I'm not too sure about Grafton, but it's going to be interesting to see how the goalies play the ball and just everybody plays the ball.
Yeah, well, you know, the ball's going to be bouncing a lot different today. You know, you got to get used to it right off the bat, you know. It's going to be real difficult for both teams. But I'm pretty sure the Hanover Indians will come out on top.
Hanover Indians are wearing their home white colors. Grafton's wearing their away green. Right now you're watching the Grafton team be called out into the field. Chris, Hanover, I guess, is our favorite just because I'm from that town. And I know they play well on AstroTurf, like I mentioned, a lot of them play. But like again, I said, it's going to be interesting. It's a pretty nice day, too. The temperature's moderate. And after the game, they played on, I believe it was Wednesday night. Real cold. Real cold there. So they played it out strong. Day games they've played have been really cold. Today looks like to be a little bit milder than usual. But like I said, this is for all the bananas, folks. The state championship finals. Hanover is the defending Division III state champions. Today they're going to defend their title against Grafton. Now the Hanover non-starters are going to be called out.
At back, number 4, Anna.
The starters, I'm sorry, are going to be called out for Hanover. They're only calling out starters, I guess, today.
Number 17, Meredith Nelson. And midfield.
Hanover, you see that first three, they give out a barrage of sophomores in their starting lineup. And that's going to be strong for Hanover because they're going to keep up this tradition for a long time.
At forward, number 7, Tara Doyle. At forward, number 9, Kim Carr.
Chris, you notice they're wearing a different style shoe, more like a turf shoe than their traditional cleat. Is this because of the AstroTurf?
Yeah, well, the cleats wouldn't work very well on the AstroTurf. You need something that'll grip it much better, which the turf shoes come in. You know, it's going to be interesting to see how they adapt to it. I just can't see how you can play on grass your whole season and then on your last game, especially one this important, you have to come out and play on something totally different.
It should be interesting to see the falls also. I don't know if they're ready to, so we're going to stand for the National Anthem. I don't know if they're going to be ready for the falls. State finals ball. Hanover and Grafton are going to get ready to lock out. Soccer is played in 40-minute halves. Official time is kept on the field. Every now and then I will give you unofficial time. and is played in 2 halves also. And the teams are getting ready to come out. Wind's picking up just a bit, not too much wind. It's steady though. I can't really tell. We're shielded pretty good. It should be interesting to see once again how they handle the falls, like I was mentioning.
Scrapes. It's going to be really difficult. Someone takes a hard hit. You never know who can be injured on this. It's really hard. Really, just scratches you. You can just start. Even a slightest little fall. And it's interesting to see during the National Anthem how the girls were holding each other's hand. It just shows how together this team is and how much of a family they really are and how much they care for this team and the sport. It'll be a really interesting game today.
And another thing you might notice is the goalies are wearing like style pants. Something Lauren Tretrock, I've seen her all year just wearing her shorts. I've seen a few goalies wearing pants. She's one that I've seen wear shorts, but when it comes to diving on this AstroTurf, it's a whole different story. Like indoor soccer, I'm really familiar with that. I watch a lot of it. I used to play some. A lot of the goalies do wear their padded pants, and now I'm seeing them out here for the AstroTurf. So it's going to be interesting to see as Grafton's going to take the initial kickoff. Hanover's midfield played strong so far throughout this tournament. They came on really strong in their last game against Linfield. And now Grafton is challenging up into the Hanover territory. Andrea Reed, who played strong against Linfield, not allowing any Linfield wingers to get by her, along with Lisa Waldron. They were my co-players of the game last time they played strong, keeping Linfield out as Hanover's trying to attack. And the ball's going to roll out of bounds.
As you can see, both teams coming off the bat, you know, they both want this really bad. First, Grafton gets down there real quick. Now we're right back in their zone. It's going to be interesting. This is going to be a back-and-forth game.
It's kept in by Hanover, and now Grafton once again is going to try and attack. Andrew Reed is there around midfield. Gives it off. Settled by Themistocles. She's taking it. Looking to do something for all the seniors out there. This will be their last game with their team. I know a few of them made the All-Star team. As Hanover keeping the pressure alive, Grafton's trying to take it out. Both of these teams are the creme de la creme of Massachusetts Division III girls soccer. So it's going to be a great matchup, something we've been looking forward to all season long. Girls, again, are the defending state Division III champions. As Grafton now putting on the pressure, but Hanover's got an unbelievable midfield and defense playing back, especially seniors Andrew Reed and Lisa Waldron playing in their last game as Hanover Indians. Grafton's going to throw in the ball. Kate Halloran trying to challenge. That's Ashley Wright with the ball. Gives it off to Kim Carr. Kim Carr couldn't settle it. And the ball, Grafton's chasing the ball. Doing a nice job keeping it alive. Trying to challenge out Lauren Tretrock. Unbelievable goalie for Hanover. All-star, and she scoops it up. All-star goalie for Hanover, Lauren Tretrock right there. Didn't get a little nervous with the state tournament and stuff, and she got in there and was able to scoop the ball up before Grafton can get a goal. Now Grafton's doing a really good job of keeping the pressure.
Well, Greg, as you can see, the ball is taking a real sharp bounce today. It's really difficult to judge it, and I'm sure some of the Hanover players are going to be real surprised, especially the defenders, when the ball just goes right by them really fast, just like it's not, it doesn't bounce like this when it's on grass. It's really difficult. They'll really have to get used to it early.
Grafton's looking really good on the ball right now. Hanover's going to look to pick it up a bit if they want to get something going as they kick it out of bounds, and it's going to be Hanover ball. Themistocles throws it in for Hanover. It's just around midfield. Grafton trying to penetrate. Did a nice job, but Reed's back, and she kicks it out. Oh, there you go. There was a bounce on the AstroTurf. The ball rolls out of bounds, and Doyle falls down, and that's a whole new experience when you fall down.
Yeah, she's going to probably be feeling it. She didn't even really fall that hard, but I'm telling you, especially with the cold weather, it's going to be stinging really bad.
Here comes Grafton now, trying to attack. And it's scooped up by Trechok. Now here comes Meredith Nelson trying to attack for Hanover. The ball's going to be kicked out of bounds. And Anna Knopp comes into the game. And she's going to give Burrell a rest. Thrown in once again by Hanover. Trying to attack up in the Grafton territory. Grafton once again is wearing the green, Hanover in their home white. So they've got it left corner of the Grafton net. Here comes Grafton now trying to attack. Doing a nice job for Grafton, number 15. Real good speed. Anna Knopp doing a good job of tripping it up like she's done all year long.
Yeah, well, this Hanover defense is one of the most powerful things they have. It's good to see because most of them are really young and they'll be back in later years.
So now Grafton's going to take the indirect kick. Grafton right out in front of the Hanover net. Lauren Trechok, oh, couldn't scoop up the ball, but she got her hands on it after a tap. She was able to pick it up, and she clears it out. Another thing in girls soccer, not to be sexist or anything, you don't really see the big boots, and that's one thing that Lauren Trechok has. I mean, you see the big ones, but Lauren Trechok seems to have an overpowering boot. And that's another thing I think Hanover, that's kept Hanover attacking well. Once again, Grafton's trying to attack. That's Lisa Waldron on the ball. Wow, Trechok's seen a lot of action so far today. Something she's not really used to, but this Grafton team, once again, is also in the state finals along with Hanover. Hanover's basically dominated most of their oppositions throughout the tournament, but this is where the big girls play, I guess you could say. Now Hanover once again attacking. Kim Carr with the ball. She's looking for Tara Doyle. Big opportunity. The Grafton sweeper breaks it up. And it will roll out of bounds.
Well, Greg, it's not looking too good so far. A lot of the Grafton players seem to be controlling the play. The girls are going to have to pick it up to... Like, as I said, the Grafton girls already have like 3 or 4 shots on net. We already have none. It's a good thing that Grafton hasn't capitalized on any of these shots, so we'd really be in trouble.
Hanover's South Sectional final game against Westwood, they brought it into a shootout. After that game, Coach Nelson told the girls that they got to take more shots from like 25 yards out. Then they played Linfield in the Eastern Mass Finals, and they did that. They won 4-0. They got to start doing it now. They're going to try and go up and talk to the goalie, but they can't do that. They've been playing well, taking the shots out from like 25 yards out, and they really did a nice job winning 4-0. They're going to get back into this right now, as Sarah Dixon's going to come into the game for Hanover and give Kim Carr a rest. It's thrown in. Elena Evans has the ball for Hanover. We've got about 32 minutes unofficially left to go in the game. Hanover and Grafton are tied up 0-0. Tara Doyle's got to take the shot, and it's broken up. Now Andrew Reed's trying to cross it over. Nelson hustling over the ball, but the ball moves a little faster, like on AstroTurf, like you mentioned, on grass.
Yeah, well, as you mentioned, Sarah Dixon was substituted into the game, and I hope she has a big game like she did last game, having 2 goals. That's just a big game. I hope she can keep it up.
2 strong goals. She came out strong, going after the ball the whole time out in front of the net. She put him in. That was a nice job by Dixon. And the whole Hanover team really did step up huge in that game. They got to start stepping up here because Grafton's really controlling nicely. But now Hanover is really doing a nice job on the attack. But it's whistle for Grafton. Grafton throws it in. And now Tara Doyle's hustling over the ball. Grafton's defense is doing a really good job keeping Hanover away from the net. That Hanover's going to try and find holes around the sweeper position and try and put it into the net. Now Lisa Waldron, no, that was Anna Knopp who put it down. Lisa Waldron set for the ball, but Knopp put her foot up. And Waldron comes over, she has it in the corner and kicks it out of bounds. It's going to be a Grafton corner kick.
Well, as you can see, the Grafton girls open the field up a lot. They keep it out on their wings, and when they get down, they cross it into the middle. That's what you want to do. You open up the defenders, get them away from the middle of the net. Hopefully you can get down there and crash the net and get a goal.
This is a big scoring opportunity for Grafton. Corner kick always is. Haven't seen too many goals from a corner kick. It's crossed up by Grafton. Nice job by Knopp to get to the ball. Grafton's staying persistent with the ball. And it's going to go out of bounds, and Grafton's going to throw it in. Once again, we're at the Worcester Polytech Institute today. It's a nice Saturday afternoon. Home of the Worcester Polytech Institute engineers. So now Kate Halloran has the ball. Tries to put it up. Grafton's there on midfield to play. Now Nelson hustling quickly to the ball. Doing a nice job. Puts it up. It's bouncing right down the sideline. Wow, the ball really moves fast on this AstroTurf, like you mentioned, Chris. That's really interesting to see. And I think a lot of the girls, I don't know if they're ready for this, because even if they do play indoor soccer, it's a much smaller field. You know, probably almost half the size of what they're playing on right now, so it's going to be a little different for them.
In for Grafton, number 3, Jacqueline Ross.
And it's whistled for Hanover. Themistocles throws it in. Doyle can't get her head on the ball. Grafton trying to clear it up. Hanover right now is trying to pressure him up. Waldron gets to the ball. Traps it. Looking for Themistocles. It's going to roll past the midfield. Grafton hustling quickly up to the ball. Nice job by Evans to clear it out. The ball's kicked out of bounds. And it's going to be a Grafton corner kick. Another footnote I'd like to mention, this will be the last soccer game Channel 52 will cover this year. And it's the state tournament, which is a good one. Grafton has a corner kick right out in front of the Hanover net. Nice job by Waldron to get in front of the ball.
As we've mentioned earlier, the ball really is rolling much faster, and that's going to be really difficult for Hanover because they're very well team in passing. And it's really difficult because when you're a good passing team and it's going too fast, you got to really have to time that.
Now Waldron takes the kick from Hanover. Once again, Grafton's hurrying up on offense, doing a nice job today so far. Hanover's defense has been really strong, though, along with the Grafton defense, who's been just as strong. Grafton's offense still is playing really strong, penetrating the midfield very well. Now Grafton puts it up high. No good. Hanover's going to take the goal kick. It's going to be Waldron lining up for Hanover to take the kick. Now Grafton's attacking, doing a nice job, putting it up high. It's headed out by Evans, but once again, Grafton keeping the attack on. Brought around midfield. It's tossed in. in. Grafton player hits the AstroTurf hard. It's cleared out by Anna Knopf. Now Grafton's trying to attack once again. It's whistled for Hanover. Waldron's going to take the throw in. It will bounce out of bounds. Hanover doesn't really have the fan contingency that they usually do for most of the soccer games. It's a really long trip out to Worcester, and a lot of the fans are the football players, and they have a game today, so they couldn't make it out, but still the parents are out here, and they're really strong supporters, and there's a few fans who came out to see their team try and go for the state tournament title.
In for Hanover, number 8, Ashley Wright.
Ashley Wright comes into the game for Hanover. She's going to give Allie Themistocles a rest.
Well, Greg, I don't know why they have it in Worcester. I mean, Grafton's close to Worcester, but Hanover, being a favored team, well, not maybe the favored team, but the home team, it would seem that you would try to at least get a field that was close to both towns, not like closer to one town than the other. It just doesn't seem fair.
I'm not too sure, but I'm pretty sure that this was like a preset thing. But even though sometimes you're going to get it to be this way. But Grafton, yeah, it's a lot closer. It's just right off, like a few miles down the Mass Pike from here. It's still a good trip, but it's not as far as Hanover, which is nearly a 2-hour trip. Now Kate Halloran attacking, doing a nice job, crosses out in front of the net, and it's scooped up by Grafton. Now Hanover has the ball in Grafton territory. That's Lisa Waldron coming up strong for Hanover. Grafton now taking the ball up. Nice job by Knopf to clear it out for Hanover. Now Hanover's going to try and pick it up, trying to attack. But the ball's going to roll out of bounds. Sarah McAllister comes into the game. She's really fast down the field. I've noticed that about her. She really hustles down the field. And speed really helps out when it comes down to running up and down the AstroTurf. It's kicked out by Reed. Now attacking around the 50s, Grafton. Hanover's midfield, led out by Lisa Waldron, doing a nice job there. Handball! Hanover takes the kick quickly by Lisa Waldron, trying to get the hustle going. And the ball goes out of bounds. It's tossed in by Grafton. Waldron's there to boot it out. Didn't get it up high, and Grafton was able to clear it out. She's probably looking for a player around midfield, and here comes Grafton on the attack. Nice job by Reed to break up the play.
As you can see, the defense has been playing an unbelievable game. The Hanover offense is just going to have to start stepping it up. If not now, definitely in the second half, where there could be a bad result in this game. And the seniors have worked really hard all year to get to this point.
Once again, Hanover is the defending Division III state champions. Trying to two-peat here. Repeat. And we've got just about 21 and a half minutes unofficially left to go in the first half of play. Hanover and Grafton are tied 0-0. As Peterson gets to the ball for Hanover, looking for Dixon, who's hustling upfield quickly. Waldron trying to get to the ball for Hanover. Puts it out in front to Peterson. Now Grafton up attacking. Big chance here for Grafton. Broken up by Waldron. Evans gets to the ball. And now Grafton once again breaks it up. Nice job by Grafton's number 7 there. Put her foot down on the ball and break up the play. As the ball's kicked out of bounds. It's going to be Grafton ball right now with an opportunity here to possibly score a goal.
Greg, this is one of their many opportunities. I haven't seen them come. They've come close to capitalizing, but they haven't put it in. Great teams put the ball in the net. We'll have to see what happens.
Grafton's played strong so far today, but they, like you said, haven't been able to put it in the net. Here's an opportunity. Truck did a nice job, no over jumping the ball, waiting for the ball. Calmed it down, let it bounce, and she scooped it up. She'll be credited with a save with just above 20 minutes left unofficially to go in the first half. It's going to be Grafton ball. Smart play by Grafton not to try and get the ball. They just let it roll out of bounds. They knew it was their ball. And Grafton's going to throw it in. Once again, will be Grafton ball. Grafton's going to throw it in. It's the state championship. Everybody's excited to be here, especially the teams. A whole long season to get here. Lots of hard work, lots of hard practices. Now they're here. Nobody's going to be a loser at the end of this game, though, I'll tell you that. As McAllister shows her speed, doing a nice job hustling up. And it's kicked out of bounds, and Wright's going to take the throw-in. Grafton once again kicks the ball out of bounds, and Wright's going to take the throw, and Hanover's got to get some momentum here. They want to try and put one in the net and get an early lead. About 19 minutes unofficially left to go in the half. We're halfway through the first half. Grafton boots it out. Waldron on the ball. And here comes Grafton having a big opportunity. Sweeper in, can't get to the ball. Lauren Tretrock's going to come out of the goal and scoop it up. Nice job. Grafton really looking strong today so far, Chris. And possibly Hanover looking just as strong, but Grafton right now might have the upper edge.
Man, just watching this game, you can tell why Lauren Tretrock made the All-Star team. She is one of the most unbelievable goalies I've seen, especially around here. I think if not, she's one of the best in this state, if not around.
In for Hanover, number 5, Courtney Newell.
It's Courtney Newell, the freshman, comes into the game for Hanover. She's another player who stepped up really big for Hanover in the past few games, playing strong around midfield. Hanover's got a real strong bench, too. They bring on a lot of great players from the bench, and that's going to help them in the long run because they're going to get other teams tired. And if the other team doesn't have as strong as a bench, and they have the stronger bench, getting later into the game, Hanover's going to have a stronger game. It's also the boys' team who, unfortunately, didn't have as much luck as the girls coming in, but you guys advanced so far because of your bench, and you guys, that's what kept you guys into the game. So I think the bench is a real strong part of the game, and for the girls. And that's why they're going to stay in this game the whole way through as they're tied 0-0. As Kate Halloran, sophomore phenom, gives it off to Sarah McAllister, and the ball's kicked out of bounds. It's going to be Hanover ball. Hanover's got to pick it up.
Yeah, well, as you know, the game's 80 minutes long, and when your starters are out there, it's really hard to run for a full 40 minutes until you get a break. So you really need a strong bench to keep strong. They're gonna need a few minute breaks every once in a while, and the bench is what keeps you going. If you don't have a good bench, it's gonna be really tough to keep you in the game.
So now Grafton once again is attacking up. Wright throws it in to Evans. It's once again going to be a Hanover throw-in. As Carr comes back into the game for Hanover. And McAllister, who played strong in the few minutes she was in there, is going to come out. She had that one play where she hustled up to the ball, but there was a Grafton player there, but she's got real good hustle. And she's going to be able to take over for Kai next year really well. So she's going to be good.
That's the other good thing about the bench. Once the seniors leave, they step right up. And with all the you know, they have all the practice, and it's just really hard sometimes because if a good team, their bench doesn't get a lot of playing time, they don't know what it's like up in the varsity level, and it's a lot different from the JV level, and you just got to get used to it.
Now Hanover has an opportunity. There's Kai, Hanover's all-time scoring leader. The ball rolls out of bounds. Now Grafton's going to take the goal kick. Nice job by Knopp. She clears it out. Grafton now keeping the attack alive, doing a really good job all game so far keeping this attack alive. But the Hanover defense is really stepping up. As Grafton takes it back a bit, trying to find a pour. Nice job by Dixon to get to that ball and put a foot on it. As Grafton puts it up high and out of bounds.
In for Hanover, number 7, Tara Doyle. Number 14, Jessica Sylvia.
Jess Sylvia is going to come into the game for Hanover along with Tara Doyle. Kate Haller and Ashley Wright are going to both get a rest. As Reed takes the throw in for Hanover. Elaine Evans did a nice job of putting it up, but the goalie's going to get there before Dixon can. Now Carr has the ball, trying to put it out in front. Isn't finding anybody. Themistocles crosses it out in front. Looking over, there's Doyle. Doyle also a senior. Puts it over to Themistocles. Put out. Waldron crosses it up, nice save. Nice kick by Waldron. Had a lot of velocity on it, and it was nice save by the Grafton goalie.
Yeah, that was a nice save, but just like you said earlier, the big boot by Lauren Trexrock really helps out by getting the ball out of the Hanover end and taking off the pressure. As you just saw, the Grafton goalie only kicked it to about the 15-yard line. And Lauren Trexrock almost kicks it to about the 50, and that really helps.
Definitely an advantage, especially for Hanover's midfield. When you take a shot, you got your offense set up, you get them all down in front of the net. You only got a few people back. Lauren Trexrock's boot enables to keep all these Grafton players back, so Hanover has time to set it up and get a good something going. Small things always count.
Hanover's really starting to control the play in this last 15 minutes. Hasn't been in our end that much within this period of time. It looks good for the girls so far. It looks like they're starting to settle in and getting ready to play.
Possibly some pregame jitters are cleared out as Dixon put it up just a little too high. Wow, beautiful kick by Dixon. It just went up a little too high. As the Hanover crowd gets back into this game, Hanover definitely, like you just mentioned, has been up in this upper end with about 12 minutes just over unofficially left to play in the first half. Hanover got out those pregame jitters, coming on strong right now. And Grafton ain't no rump roast. They're coming on strong. They're a flaming yawn of a team.
And for Hanover, number 12, Heather Peterson.
Heather Peterson comes into the game for Hanover. Gonna give Elena Evans a rest. And Doyle gives off the ball. Peterson's hustling up to the ball, doing a nice job. Grafton breaks up the play, but Hanover's still right down on offense. Grafton up on the attack again. It's cleared out. Much like the game they played against Linfield in Medway, the track's really close to the field. There's about a 1.5 foot clearance. But it really doesn't matter. The track and the field, you're really going to hurt yourself either way by falling. As Peterson took the fall in Medway onto the track, cut herself, she had to come out of the game for a little while because MIA rules say if you're bleeding, you got to get it bandaged up as Grafton keeps the attack. It's crossed out in front. Sylvia does a nice job hurrying up. Now it's brought around midfield. Carr with the ball for Hanover, crosses it out in front. Dixon's on the ball. It's broken up by Grafton a bit. They're trying to find a hole in that Hanover midfield. Newell tries to get over the ball. It's broken up by Grafton. Now Themistocles hustling on that injured leg. And it's going to roll out of bounds.
Wow, it's looking pretty good. The refs haven't made too many calls today. They're letting a lot go. That's what I like to see, you know. A lot of pushes getting not called. That's good, you know. Get the teams a little competitive, you know. It's no sense in calling little pushes. You know, you don't want anything bad to happen, but you shouldn't worry about the little pushes, and that's what I like to see in the refs.
Of course, a big push will make a lot more damage than a big push on grass here in the AstroTurf because you're gonna hit that ground hard. Peterson with the ball, breaking it up nicely, puts it up high. We've got under 10 minutes to play. We've got 9 minutes and 7 seconds unofficially to go in the first half. Halloran comes back in the game, and Dixon, who's played strong so far today, is going to get a rest, well-deserved rest. So now Hanover's going to look to capitalize here. They got to do it. They played strong. They need a goal to show that they have. Kate Halloran has it up. Halloran looking for that ball. Nice job by Grafton to break it up. Both teams really need a goal. They both played unbelievable strong. Both of them should have a goal by now as Grafton's taking it up. Gets to the ball for Hanover. That's why the sweep is great to have right in front of the net. Boots it out. Here comes Grafton out in the wing. Try to cross it out in front. Grafton has the ball out in the corner. And it's going to be Hanover ball. Sylvia's going to take the throw in for Hanover. Hanover's going to try and bring it up past midfield. Now Grafton has the ball in Hanover territory. Tried to bring it across field there. They brought it back, and they got the midfielders controlling which side of the field it's going to be on. Nice strategy by Grafton, but Hanover breaks it up. Grafton has the ball out in TV land, the left side of the field, as it's broken up by Waldron. Sylvia gets to the ball, puts it out in front. Halloran breaks it up. No handball called. Could have been called. Bounced off Newell's arm. Grafton crowd really into this game, saying there might have been a handball there. Something I don't understand, Chris, is Hanover's the home team here today. It's called Grafton ball with just about 6 minutes and 45 seconds unofficially left to play. Hanover's the home team here today. They're wearing their white jerseys. They're on the home side of the field. Yet the fans get the shaft of the deal, and they're sitting in the away stands. I don't know. The away stands might look a little bigger, but they're not as nice. And maybe it's just because the Grafton fans got here earlier. I don't know what it is. And it bounces out of bounds. Sylvia's going to take the throw-in for Hanover.
In for Hanover, number 17, Meredith.
Meredith Nelson comes into the game for Hanover. She's going to give Allie Themistocles a bit of a rest. And Allie Themistocles has played on and off so far in state tournament play. She's got a bit of a ankle problem, and I believe a knee problem kept her out most of the year. The back, I think, is bugging her. And in her senior year, it's good to see she came on strong. She's here to play today. She started for Hanover today. She's the captain. Here comes Tara Doyle. Puts it out in front. Kate Halloran has the ball for Hanover. Puts it out in front. And it goes out of bounds. Grafton's going to bring in a sub.
Number 9, Melissa Dudnick.
Now Carr has the ball. Doing a real good job getting it around Grafton defense. Keeping it in bounds. And it goes out.
Well, as you can see, they're doing really good keeping in their end. The Grafton fans, they really don't seem too pleasant with some of the calls. It's really not a good idea because there is a ref right in front of their stands, and the MIA really doesn't put up with too much stuff, especially in the finals tournament game.
And Hanover, when they've got their younger fans here, the principal, Mr. Nee, he's always keeping the fans in line. It's really good. He makes sure the fans do the nicer chants, and they're not as, I don't think Grafton isn't doing anything like too, mean towards the Hanover team, but they're yelling at the refs. I don't know if that's going to affect them at all, but they, be careful. The refs make their calls, and the refs can do what they can do. They got 2 eyes out in the field, but, sometimes they do miss a call. They missed the Newell call. They should have probably had that. It went off her arm. Grafton had a bit of a beef there for that, but other than that, they've played a pretty good game so far. Like you mentioned, keeping away from the pushes. This car takes the ball. She whiffs on the AstroTurf. Oh, overplaying it a bit, and it's hard to play on this AstroTurf. Halloran has the ball. A little bit of pushing going on. No call. That's mighty fine. Nothing. Shouldn't have been a call there. Just refs, like you mentioned, letting the little pushes go. As Newell's going to come out of the game, and Elena Evans is going to come back into the game.
Well, a lot of the fans don't understand is some of the refs think as some of the handballs is unintentional. You get a bad bounce and it hops off your arm. It's not that big of a deal. It's not like you went up and grabbed the ball out of midair. A lot of the fans get upset by that, but, it's just the way the game is played.
Grafton has the ball in their own territory. Hanover challenging. Waldron with the ball. And the ball is kicked out of bounds. We've got just over 2 minutes, just under 3 minutes left unofficially in the first half. Hanover and Grafton are still tied 0-0. Hanover's in prime contention, though, for a goal. Scott puts it up high, just a little too far to the right.
Reminder that the post-game award ceremony will be conducted on the playing surface immediately following the end of this game. All spectators must remain off the field.
Now it's brought up still in Grafton territory. Grafton's keeping it in bounds. Hanover's trying to challenge Nelson on the ball. Grafton taking it up. Nice job deking out Knopp. Knopp stayed with her the whole time, and she kicked it out of bounds. Nice job by Knopp. She got deked up, but she kept the player in line. The ball just got by her.
Located at each end of the soccer field. There's a special 2 hot dogs and a drink and chips for $3.
Now Waldron hustling over the ball for Hanover. Trying to trap it down, keeping away Grafton. Once again, Grafton's keeping the attack on it. It goes out of bounds. going to be Knopf's ball. Now, Grafton once again keeping the pressure alive. Hanover's defense proving to be really strong. Grafton has an opportunity. Knopf can't clear it out. Grafton takes a shot wide left. Nice job by Grafton there, keeping the pressure alive through that Hanover strong defense, and just didn't get it where they wanted to put it. Now Grafton attacking once again up in Hanover territory. That's Baldwin and Evans challenging for Hanover. Wow, that ball must have stung Doyle. That came in hard. Doyle clears it out for Hanover. That's hit the half. Hanover and Grafton are 0-0. And nice job by both goaltenders keeping it alive for both teams. We'll see you at the second half. We're back for second half action of the MIA State Division III Finals. We're here at Worcester Polytech Institute, home of the Worcester Polytech Engineers. I'm Greg Baldwin along with Chris Spooner. Chris, how did the first half go in your eyes, and what are both teams going to have to do to take home the state crown?
Well, it was pretty close between both teams. I think Grafton held the play a little bit more, getting more shots, controlling the play a little bit more. Mr. Nelson must have had to say something really powerful during the halftime to get this team going, and let's hope he did.
And a reminder to all of you out there, they have switched sides. If you were watching our first half coverage, Hanover and Grafton have switched sides. The Grafton goalie is where Lauren Trechok was, and Trechok is where the Grafton goalie was. Just let you know, as Grafton's going to try and take it down into Hanover territory. It's kicked out by Grafton. Waldron kicks it up. Jess Sylvia hustling over to the ball for Hanover. Nice job by Sylvia, and it's broken up by Grafton. It's going to be Hanover throwing. It's trapped by Reed, and it goes out of bounds, and now Grafton's going to have an opportunity. Sylvia clears it out. Grafton trying to boot it up, get a shot on Trechok possibly. Knopf's there, and the ball's going to roll out of bounds. It's going to be for Grafton. It's tossed in. Reed went up for the head, hit the ground. She gets up though. It's whistled for Hanover. It's tossed in. It's Grafton's doing a nice job right now, keeping it in Hanover territory. They have an opportunity here. Sylvia breaks it up, but Grafton keeps it alive. Grafton has the pressure alive. All Hanover's got a lot of people back, trying to break this momentum surge up from Grafton. And Knopf gets to the ball way wide right. It's going to be a goal kick for Hanover. Well,
It's Grafton coming out early again, just like the first half. They came out strong in the the beginning minutes, and just like the first half, they're coming out strong the second half. Hanover's really going to have to pick it up. This isn't, it's really different for to the girls because they've been usually dominated all their games. It's going to be really interesting to see how they handle it.
The goal kick's taken by Hanover. It's whistled again for Hanover. Kick's taken by Reed. Evans heads it up. Carr has the ball for Hanover now. Doyle on the ball, crossing it out in front. Here comes Nelson on a strike. Big opportunity for Hanover. The Grafton sweeper getting down there quickly, try and break up the play, but Nelson gets the upper advantage, crosses it out in front. It's broken up by Grafton. Once again, Nelson tries to cross it out in front, and Grafton's there, and they kick it out of bounds. Nice job by Nelson, doing a really good job.
That just shows just how talented the underclassmen on this team are. It's going to be great. The next few years, it's just going to be just the same. Hanover will be back in the tournament, and if not, they'll be winning the South Shore League just like they have been for the last few years.
And now Sylvia has the opportunity out in front of the net. Hanover doing a great job, just like Grafton was just doing a few minutes ago. As Nelson once again tries to cross it up to Halloran, but it's cleared out by Grafton. Evans on the ball, gives it back to Knopf, who's got a big boot. Boots it out, it's trapped by Nelson. Hanover's got great strategy. They know what to do with the ball when they have it. They don't panic with the ball. They know which players to look for and where to put it. Nelson does a nice job of teaching them that. It's broken up. Halloran hits the ground hard. It's broken up by Waldron. Oh, couldn't get a foot on the ball. Look at the backspin on that ball with the turf. Really interesting today. Now Grafton's coming on strong. One defender to beat. They beat her, but Waldron comes back. Tretrock clears it out for Hanover and kicks it out of bounds. Smart play by Tretrock. She didn't want to keep it in play. She wants to let her defense come down and help her out.
That was a really close call. There was 2-on-1 at one point, and it's a good thing the girl pushed it a little too far ahead, and it gave Lauren Tretrock time to come out and smother the ball. It's really good.
Throw-in is going to be taken by Grafton. It's actually going to be placed as a corner kick right now. They have it on front of the Hanover net. Nice job by the Hanover defense, stepping up big. Evans gets over to the ball. Wow, Grafton keeping it out in the Hanover territory. Hanover's defense steps up huge once again. Keeps the ball away from Tretrock. As Halloran hustles down to that ball. Nice job, Halloran and Doyle. Here they come. Big 1-2 punch for Hanover. Nice job by Doyle as she breaks up the play. It's going to be Grafton balls that went off Doyle last. Once again, we're at the Worcester Polytech Institute. It's home of the Worcester Polytech Institute engineers for the MIA State Finals. It's right around midfield. Reed hustling over to the ball. Ball rolls out of bounds.
It's getting really interesting, Greg. Girls are stepping it up. I've seen them make a lot of much better passes than they have in the first half, keeping it alive. It's really going to be a close game the second half.
As now Grafton throws it in. Up on the ball now. Peterson's hustling up along with Grafton. Grafton clears it out. Peterson hustling up to the ball. The ball's going to go out of bounds, and Peterson's going to throw it in. It's trapped down. Comes Peterson, the ball's broken up, play's broken up. Evans to the ball, puts it out to Peterson, who gives it off to Carr, giving it off to Halloran now. Here comes Carr. Crossing over, but there's no one there. Doyle hustles up. She won't be there, though. Now Hanover's going to send in Alex Mysticles and Sarah Dixon into the game. Kim Carr and Jess Slivery are going to get a rest.
Number 10, Allison Demosthenes, and number 13, Sarah Dixon.
Reed throws it in for Hanover. Looking for Dixon, just fresh off the bench. She's a big scoring threat. As Evans hustles up to the ball, Dixon's also on the ball. Nice job by Grafton to kick it out of bounds. Nelson's going to take the throw for Hanover. And the ball's kicked out of bounds. It's kicked in. Evans on the ball, gives it off to Dixon. The ball goes out of bounds. We've got about just over 30 minutes left to play in the game. Hanover and Grafton is still tied, 0-0. It's the corner kick's going to be taken by Reed. Possible scoring opportunity for Hanover here, Chris.
Yeah, well, the corner kicks are one of the most effective ways to score. If you can get one of your players to get a good head on it, that's all you need. Somebody nice and tall, and they have Lisa Weldon out there, who's usually taller than the person that's on her. If they can get the ball on her head, there's no stopping it.
That time, Reed put it over into the, basically behind the net. And that happened to her a few times. She just put it out in front in the, against Linfield. Nah, the Linfield players just kept hitting it out. They had 5 straight corner kicks. Thrown in by Reed. Kicked out by Nelson. Now Nelson has the ball. She's taking it up. Hustling up. It's going to go out of bounds. It's going to be cleared out by the Grafton goalie. That time got a little bit more on the ball than she has today. Here comes Grafton on an attack. Grafton's going to take the throw-in. Waldron now with the ball for Hanover, and it's going to roll out of bounds. It will be a goal kick for Hanover.
As the game's going, it's really close. None of the teams have really been able to capitalize on any of their chances. Grafton has had more chances, but they just can't seem to put it past Lauren Tretchard. She's a human wall. It's just unbelievable, and it's good to see her and see how she maneuvers. Some of the younger goalies, like Alyssa Wyman, who's their backup goalie for today, is just gotta be amazed by how good she is, and maybe should take some pointers from her.
She's gonna have to step up big next year and fill in some big shoes, and it should be interesting to see. Tretchard's been with Hanover for 4 strong years. It's going to be thrown in by Themistocles. Tosses in. It's caught. It's in front by Doyle. Nice job by the Grafton goalie to get to the ball. She boots it out once again. Got a little bit more beef on the ball there, but probably not as much she would have liked as Newell. That was the ball. Grafton fans calling for a call. No call. Got about just under 27 minutes unofficially left in the game. Somebody's got to get on the board here. They're tied 0-0 still. Both teams playing strong. They both deserve a goal to prove how strong they've played. But the Goose Eggs prove how strong the goalies have played. And how not as strong the Hanover's offense hasn't really stepped up too big today. They got to get some pressure going here. Here comes Dixon. This is an opportunity for Hanover. She should take that shot right there, though. That's Hanover's got it. They can't really get it by that sweeper. Strong play. And every time they get it down there, they got to take the shot when they get the opportunity, and they're not taking the shot. Ashley Wright and Sarah McAllister comes into the game for Hanover. Gonna give Nelson and Doyle a rest. It's tossed in by Wright over to Evans. Spooted out by Newell. Newell crosses it over to Waldron. Waldron trying to do something. Uh-oh, here comes Grafton. Grafton has a big opportunity here. Tretrock steps up huge, nice save. Lauren Tretrock. She gets up quickly and back to the net. Nice job by Tretrock, huge save. And uh-oh, here comes McAllister. She's got speed. Grafton player got to the ball at the same time as her, and Grafton player came out with the ball. It's going to be a Hanover throw-in. Little rough play by Grafton and Hanover there, and the ref doesn't call on him. Now Wright's going to throw it in once again for Hanover. Wright puts it over Wild. If any game counted, though, this year, it's definitely this one, the state finals. Both teams are going to play really strong right now in the last just under 25 minutes unofficially in the game. As Reed puts it out in front, Grafton's there. Hanover and Grafton deadlocked right now. It's going to be Grafton ball. Probably an innocent slide tackle there.
Yeah, it looked like both players were going for the ball, and it just seemed that the Grafton player fell. There's not much you can do about that. That's just soccer too. And if you saw Lauren Tretrock on the earlier play where the Grafton got a breakaway, some goalies are hesitant about coming out of their net, but just to show how good Lauren Tretrock is, she doesn't hesitate. She comes out, smothers the ball, and does a good job at it.
Once again, Tretrock just had a nice save on a penalty kick, booting it out. Now Hanover is going to try and get Grafton out of their territory. They're going to try and get on the board. And one of these teams is going to take home the state title. One of them is going to be the runner-up, but none of them are going to be a loser because they've made it this far. And nobody can ever take that away from them in the next few years, rest of their life, you know. Hanover's been in this position before. They won it all last year, and they got to win it again. This is their first time, though, playing in this kind of state final. Last year there was nobody to play, and they didn't come to Worcester Polytech. Put it out, Newell with a strong kick. Ooh, went off the crossbar. Wow, what a strong kick by Newell from about the 30-yard line. Put a nice foot on it, just went a little too high.
Man, that was a nice shot. If she got that a little bit lower, who knows what could have happened. The Grafton goalie looked a little bit worried, but she was pretty lucky that only hit the crossbar.
That was just a few feet lower. That would have brought the goalie and the ball, and that the goalie got a hand on it, because that was just really powerful. You know, Chris, we need a telestrator. Get us a telestrator? No, just kidding. Oh, Waldron's tripped up. No call there. And, it's decent, but they should have made a call there, probably. So McAllister gets to the ball. Right over in it a bit, and here comes Grafton. Both teams playing hard on the ball today, because this is for all the marbles. cleared out once again by that strong foot of Newell. It's crossed out in front. Newell puts it up. Plenty of players running back. Newell puts it off of Grafton players back. It's once again cleared out by Grafton. Hanover back. Now Grafton once again keeping the attack alive. Waldron's getting to the ball for Hanover. Hustling up, foots it. Goes up high, Newell hustling over to the ball. Trying to put her big foot on it. Here comes Grafton. No push called on Grafton there. They kind of try and push Newell away from the ball. Might have been legal, but, you know, it's all up to the referee. It's to his discretion. Brave referees out there wearing shorts. Brave players at that token, too. Man, it's cold. It's a lot. It's probably a little bit more mild than usual, but it's a little cold. Still cold late mid-November here. Now Dixon has the ball, puts it out in front. Halloran's hustling up. Boot. Ooh, that could have been a little, I don't know.
Yeah, well, you know, it's a tough call to make by the ref. You know, sometimes they have a bad angle, they see what they see. Or sometimes they might just be making a makeup call, you know, someone got pushed early, they didn't call it, and they just want to get a makeup call, and that might just have been the fact.
So once again, we'll be a Grafton throw-in. Both teams are attacking. The ball bounces out of bounds. Coming into the game for Hanover are Kim Carr, Hanover's all-time leading scorer, and Jess Sylvia. Wow, McAllister up on her horse, tried to get to the ball. Nice job by Newell. She puts it out in front. Got about 18 minutes and 43 seconds unofficially left to play in the game. And there, Hanover and Grafton are tied 0-0. Booted out by Newell there. Now Hanover's attacking. Hanover's got to get their attack. Peterson on the ball, crosses it over to Carr, and Carr's trying to set up Sylvia. It's called for Grafton.
For Hanover, number 22, Elena Evans.
Evans comes into the game for Hanover. Got about 17 minutes unofficially left in the game. Hanover and Grafton are still tied 0-0. Meredith Nelson and Tara Doyle come into the game for Hanover. Sarah Dixon and Elliot Themistocles are going to come out of the game. Now Hanover has it out in front of the Grafton net. Grafton's pretty much controlled in the past few minutes. Penalty calls. It's going to be Grafton ball. Grafton player slips there after kicking the ball. Boot by Grafton, just around the 50. Newell's there. Taking it up. Grafton with the ball, trying to cross it over, coming out. For Hanover's Knopp. Knopp hustling to the ball, and it goes out of bounds. Hanover's going to take a goal kick now. And it's kicked out of bounds. It's thrown in by Grafton. Sarah McCaskill hustles over to the ball. It's out in front. Tretrock gets to the ball. Tretrock kicks it out for Hanover. Now Doyle once again is trying to set up an attack. Here comes Grafton out in front of the Hanover net. Nice job by Knopp breaking up the play.
That's unbelievable. You can just see how together this defense is. They know exactly how to play with each other and where to be at the right time. They always covering for each other, and they know exactly where to be. It's just what you need in a good defense.
So now Hanover's defense has the big task of trying to get Grafton out of there. We just got under 14 minutes left to play. And still 0-0. It's looking like we might go to another overtime match unless one of these teams can get on. That ball sailed in the wind, and Lauren Tretrock was able to get to the ball. Hey, you guys, we're going to have to see you guys coming up. It's kicked out by Lauren Tretrock. It's put out in front. Nelson on the ball, gives it off to Doyle. Hanover's going to try and bring this up again, trying to find a hole in that Grafton midfield. The only hole they had to kick it out of bounds.
And for Grafton, number 5, Carrie Hines.
It's thrown in. Sylvia gets the ball. Looks like it's a handball called, but on Sylvia it bounced off her arm. It's going to be Grafton ball. Evans gives the ball off. It's booted up high. Waldron kicks it out. On the ball now is McAllister. Booted by Grafton. McAllister hit the ground. I don't know if she got caught with the foot. I followed the ball there. I didn't see the end of the play, but she hit the ground and she's up again.
Yeah, she got hit by her the Grafton player's foot right when after she kicked it. It caught her right in the stomach and she went down, but she's back up now and looks ready to play.
Now Grafton has another opportunity. Hanover's defense playing all strong. Better than the Loontown Clan on steroids today. Hanover's defense playing really strong as Lauren Tretrock also stepping up huge for Hanover right now. And it's going to be Hanover ball. Yeah, they got lost. Just got about 11 minutes unofficially left to play in the game. Hanover and Grafton tied up 0-0. It's broken up. Knopf hustles over and boots it out. Headed by Knopf. Knopf's looking to get this thing out of there. Nice kick by Knopf. Trapped down by Doyle. It's kicked out. There's McAllister hustling to the ball. It's cleared out by Grafton and out of bounds. Hanover's going to bring in a strong force. Heather Peterson, Kate Halloran, and Sarah Dixon come in. They're going to give Courtney Newell, Kim Carr, Sam McAllister a bit of a rest. Got just about 10 minutes left unofficially in regulation. Once again, Hanover and Grafton is still tied up 0-0. Sarah Dixon hustling over the ball, and it's going to be Hanover ball. Hanover's got to get something brewed up here. Get a little brouhaha kicking. Peterson, no call on her. She just went for the ball and then kind of hit her with a foot. Now Doyle has it out in front of the Grafton net, doing a good job keeping it alive. It's broken up by Grafton. I don't know there. I don't if there would be a call on that play or not. Grafton player was pushing Doyle a bit out of the way. No call. Keeping Doyle away from the ball. I guess it's kind of legal to get a little contact going in there. And here comes Grafton. Once again taking it up. Waldron representing big time for Hanover, not letting anything by. Hanover has an opportunity.
It's the Grafton number 9, Elizabeth Dutchman.
Technical difficulties, folks. And we're back on.
And for Hanover, number 5, Courtney Newell.
It's kicked out by Grafton. Grafton once again taking it up. They might have an opportunity. Grafton's had so many opportunities up, they haven't been able to capitalize, and Tretrock's had a really strong game in net. Got just over 8 minutes unofficially left to play in the game. Hanover and Grafton are deadlocked to 0-0 here at Worcester Polytech. Thrown in by Grafton. Both players hustling up. Waldron slips. Here comes Grafton possibly. Booted out by Knopf.
The fans today are definitely a factor, you know. without the football team here, it's really difficult. And, you know, it was good to see the football team come out for the soccer games because usually the football team gives the soccer team a bad rap because they call it like a less contact sport. And they don't think it's much of it. Some of them even don't even think of it as a sport, which I don't think is very right. It's a really high-skilled game. And it was good to see them come out and support their teams.
All Hanover fans come on strong for both of their teams. Unfortunately, the football team really couldn't make it because they themselves had a game. But they're Hanover's real strong fans, and it's really good to have them come out and see and come out and cheer on their team. Through highs and lows, they brought Hanover back in that game against Marion for the South Sectional Finals, and they almost lost it, and the crowd just kept them in the game the whole time, and Hanover came back with the shootout win, and now here they are playing for a piece of the state tournament title. It's hustled by the Hanover team there as they bring it up. Chris, what's Hanover got to do to get on the board here? What are you noticing?
I'm noticing that the Grafton defenders are stepping to the ball much more quicker than the Hanover offense, but they're starting to turn it up now because they realize it's towards the end of the game.
Hanover definitely doesn't want to play a marathon game here, and they've already played one of those. Won't be too great if they do. It's going to be a Grafton ball.
Here comes Grafton on the attack.
Now Halloran back on the ball, crosses it over, looking for Doyle, out of bounds.
The game's been basically played in the second half in the middle of the field. It just shows how the two teams are pretty close in contingency, and it's going to be really close towards the end of the game. I don't know if it'll become a shootout, but it's looking like it's going to be a pretty good chance that it will. And it's going to be tough for both teams because both teams have a good goalie, as you've been watching, and it's going to be really close. It's going to be a good game to watch.
Tretrock's been challenged a bit more than this Grafton goalie, but every time the Grafton's goalie's been challenged, she stepped up really big, and here comes Grafton once again. Pearson gives it over. Wow, I mean, this is great watching two evenly matched teams fight out for the most coveted in Division III soccer title, the state title. It's really great. Got just over, just under 4 minutes left unofficially to go in regulation. Hanover and Grafton right now are tied up 0-0, and whoever does come home with this win, I've mentioned it, I think, twice already this game, no one's going to be a loser after it. Evans and Themistocles come back in the game for Hanover. Sylvia and Newell come out for Hanover. Hanover and Grafton still locked up 0-0. We've got just over 3 minutes unofficially left in regulation to go. Both teams playing strong around the middle of the field. It's Hanover's opportunity here. Grafton's has theirs now. Grafton might have another one, but Reed gets to the ball. Halloran with the ball, crosses it over to Themistocles. Themistocles gets broken up, and Grafton keeps it in bounds, and then the player kicks it out of bounds. My brother. Talk, my brother. Give some color to the music. As it's thrown in by Waldron. Just around the Grafton net. Car's there. High kick, dangerous play.
It's good to see that both teams are really close because when you come to a final match, you really do want to see a close game. Because if it's a blowout, it's just not the same because what is that? That's not good. That just shows that the team that got blown out just really didn't deserve to be here, and you can tell that both teams do deserve to be in the finals today.
Both teams, though, want to pick it up and try and get on the board. We've only got under 2 minutes left to play in this game. In regulation, it's tied 0-0. It's looking like an overtime game, possibly. At the end of regulation, if we do go into overtime, I'll let you in on some overtime rules. It's thrown in by Grafton. Now Hanover still has it up in Grafton territory. Time is running out. Halloran hustles over to the ball. It's kicked out of bounds. Hanover's got to play this fast if they want to have a scoring opportunity. It's brought into Halloran. Halloran's challenging nice. I'm going to cross it up in front. Grafton gets a foot on the ball. Waldron puts it up high. Grafton's there. But they didn't head it up. They head it down. Evans is there. Evans puts it out. Goes between Grafton's player legs. Little mistakes like this can't happen right about now. Very little time left to go. If Hanover can get on the board here, it's going to be all over. But it's looking more and more like it's going to be an overtime game. Waldron now with the ball, looking to do something with it. Heads it. No call. Yeah, there's a call. Waldron with the short foot, strong foot, has a scoring opportunity here. Waldron puts it up high. Doyle to the ball, and it's going to be a kick. Offsides was just called on Hanover, and very little time left. It's not looking good for a goal here. Doyle breaks it up. Evans with the ball, gives it off, looking for Doyle. Here we could go. Kicks it over. Themistocles hustling to the ball. Looking to put enough foot on it. Grafton breaks it up. We shouldn't have way too much time left to play. It's looking more and more like an overtime game as we get further down in to the less than 2 minute period. Official time's kept on the field. Here, a series of whistles by the ref, and that's the end of the game. Regulation. He gives the ball off. And that's regulation. We're going to go into 2 full 10-minute overtime periods. At the end of those 2 full 10-minute overtime periods, if there is no goal, we will go into 2 5-minute sudden death periods. If at the end of that 2 5-minute sudden victory periods, we'll go to a shutout. I know this because this is going to be the second time Hanover's seen this. Second time the girls have seen it, and the boys just went through it on Wednesday night. So I know these rules pretty well. It's going to be interesting. Hanover pulled off an overtime victory already this year, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Yes, it will be a real interesting overtime. But it's just like a brand new game. They have the coin toss to see who gets the kickoff, and it's going to be really close.
Okay, so we will bring you back to the Worcester Polytech Institute, home of the Worcester Polytech Engineers. I'm Greg Baldwin, still along with Chris Spooner. Wow, we're in for another marathon possibly. We got 2 10-minute overtime periods here to play. They're going to play both of those just as if it was a mini 20-minute game. Whoever comes out on top of that 20 minutes is going to be our state champions. If they're still tied at the end of that 20 minutes, we're going to go to some sudden victory play. But right now, let's talk about these 2 10-minute overtime periods. Grafton's looking really strong so far today, playing really, really well, keeping Hanover out of their territory. We're going to have 20 more minutes of soccer to play here. What's going to happen?
Well, it's going to probably be a back-and-forth battle, just like it's been through the whole game. It's going to be, right now is where both teams have to step it up, and it's going to be interesting to see which one comes out on top.
So now Grafton again has the ball in Hanover territory. They haven't switched sides since the half. It's crossed over. Both teams challenging. Grafton player looks hurt, but she plays strong and hobbles it off.
Championship, come on!
Lisa Waldron gets to the ball, trying to control it, puts it out in front. There's no one there. Grafton again challenging nicely. Here we go. Grafton has a possibility. Up front of the net. Goal! Grafton. Grafton comes out early with just under 9 minutes to play in the first overtime period. Comes out with a goal. Hanover now is a must-goal situation within the next 18 minutes. Number 15, I believe her last name is Reardon. She got injured 30 seconds before that. The shot came over with a nice shot, sailed it over Trechok's head. Hanover's offense right now is totally got to pick it up. To Waldron. Waldron gives it off to Evans. Sky with the ball, crosses it out in front, gives it to Halloran. Halloran gives it off to Mysticles. Somebody's got to take shots for Hanover. Definitely got to take a shot. Grafton once again now has the ball. It's broken up by Evans. Hanover's got to definitely tie it up here. These 10 minutes fly by fast. Probably Grafton's strategy here would just come back on defense. Very similar to Marblehead's strategy. Just played 10 guys back on defense. Oh, right off Halloran's nose. That's gonna kill. She stands up. Broke her nose last year. I don't know if she broke her nose again or not, but had the velocity and the strength to break somebody's nose.
I can't see any blood, but you're never too sure from this distance away. It looks like she could be okay. They're probably just going to check for concussion or whatever. Just take her off just to make sure. You never know.
Officials are just asking her if she knows where she is. And Kate Halloran's gonna come off the field.
In for Hanover, number 12, Heather Peterson.
Heather Peterson comes into the game for Hanover. Hanover right now is going to have to pick it up.
Also number 13, Casey Barrow.
Do it! Come on, Green! Come on, Green, let's go!
Now both teams bring it up. And it's going to be Hanover's ball with just got about 7.5 minutes unofficially to play. Somebody's got to pick it up for Hanover here if they want to get back into this. Grafton's got the 1-0 lead in overtime period 1. Baldwin kicks it out. They come, that's Knopf on the ball. Knopf puts it out, and it's going to roll out of bounds. The ball rolls out of bounds once again. Hanover territory. Grafton challenging. Somebody's going to have to try and pick it up here. Hanover's taking them out of their territory. Here comes Doyle. Themistocles is broken up. Here comes Grafton. Grafton has a key opportunity here. And the ball goes out of bounds. And it's going to be for Grafton.
It's not looking good for Hanover. They're not playing very strong offense at the moment. They got to get Kate Halloran back in the game, and as I can see, they're getting ready to sub her back in as soon as possible. Her and Elena Evans. Elaine has been one of their stronger defenders, and Kate is one of their top scorers on the team.
It's going to be big for Hanover to get Halloran back in the game. They're going to need the opportunity to try and get on the board tied up with Grafton here. And it goes out of bounds.
In for Hanover, number 22, Elena Evans. Number 14, Jessica Sylvia. And number 11, Catherine Halloran.
The goal kick's going to be taken by Waldron. Waldron clears it out. And it's kicked out of bounds. Hanover's going to try and get back into this. Grafton's got the 1-0 lead with just about 4 minutes unofficially to go in the first of two 10-minute overtime periods. Oh, Knopf slips up, gives it off to Nelson. Nelson's taking it. Gives it right back to Peterson. Peterson puts it up. Looking downfield for Dixon. Here comes Nelson. Nelson attacking now. Trying to get something going for Hanover. Crosses it out in front. It's crossed out once again in front. Here comes Halloran. Halloran puts it on. And it's scooped up by the Grafton goalie.
Those are the shots Hanover's going to start having to take. You know, you're at the top of the 18-yard line. You have to take that. The girls have been pretty close to the net the whole time and just haven't had the opportunities to turn and fire that ball. You never know what can happen. Just get the ball on net and hope for the best.
Here comes Grafton again. It's broken up by Knopf. It's crossed out in front. Knopf gets to it, kicks it. Oh, and it's cleared out once again. Right out, and it's scooped up by Lauren Chetrock. Once again, it's Channel 52 Sports. We give you the best. We give you the best of all the state tournament action. Girls are here for the state finals. They got to pick it up, though. With just over 2 minutes left to go in the first of two overtime periods. Grafton's got the 1-0 lead. Cleared out by Evans. And now Halloran's attacking. Here comes Halloran. Looking to do something. She's got it out in front of the net. Gives it over to Carr. Carr, nice shot by Carr. Carr once again keeping persistent on the ball. Wow, beautiful job by the Grafton goalie. Beautiful shots by Carr all the way around. Nice job by both sides on the ball. Wow, that was close. Carr with two great shots. The Grafton goalie was there 2 times. Carr had to try and get it up a little higher, possibly there.
You can't be that close to the net and not put that in. As you saw, Kate Halloran tooled the defender and then just totally put it right between another defender's legs, right out front to Carr. If you saw that, Kate Halloran has just come out fierce right after her getting hit in the head. Looks like she's got some revenge on her mind, and let's hope she gets it.
As Grafton has the 1-0 lead here. Under 2 minutes left to go in this first of two 10-minute overtime periods. Hanover's familiar with this overtime stuff, but they got to get on board. It's headed up by Reed. Comes Grafton trying to attack. It's cleared out by Evans. It's just around midfield. It's crossed over by Grafton. Being challenged out. Here they come. Nice job by Reed to put it up. Now Hanover's midfield's going to try and penetrate here. Kate Halloran once again on her horse trying to do something. Ooh, offside called. Wow. Hanover with the key opportunity there. The offside's called down, and they got the hourglass is running down on the Hanover season here. They've only got about less than a minute to go in this first of 2 overtime periods. Then they got 10 minutes to come back and try and score. So by no means is this game over, but Hanover's got to get back into this. Offsides was a little close there, but the ref called it. And that's the first of 2 10-minute overtime periods. We'll bring you right back with all the coverage of the second overtime period. I'm Greg Baldwin for Chris Spooner. We'll be right back from Channel 52 Sports. We're back here for the second of 2 10-minute overtime periods. Hanover and Grafton are locked up big in the state finals. The pressure is on Hanover here as they're down 1-0. They got 10 minutes to get on the board. Maybe they can get on the board twice so this doesn't have to go sudden death. Halloran kicks it over. Hanover takes the kickoff. They have switched sides since the first overtime period. Hanover once again is wearing the white. Grafton's wearing the green. Sarah Dixon hustles over to the ball. Grafton breaks it up. Grafton looking to be in the driver's seat here with just denting into the second overtime period. Waldron was going for ball, no call. As Waldron gets pushed and there's no call there. Just kind of canceled each other out. There could have been a call on Waldron there. She was going for the ball, but I think that other penalty looked a little bit more blatant that wasn't called, but the ref had to make it up. As Grafton takes it up. Knopf gets the ball and puts a boot on it. Dixon trying to trap it down. And Nelson clears it out for Hanover. Both teams' midfields are playing strong so far. Grafton's had the upper edge. It's crossed over. Halloran on the ball. Crosses it down. Looking for somebody here. It's going to roll out of bounds. And Hanover's going to have a throw-in as they bring in Tara Doyle. Tara Doyle, a strong scoring threat for Hanover. Somebody's got to pick it up here, though, for Hanover. As Evans gets to that ball. Rolling up her sleeves, getting down to business is Evans. She looked like she might have got kicked in the nose a bit.
Elena looks like she might have a bloody nose, but she's sucking it up and she's still out there. Oh, they just called that she's going to be coming off.
And that happened to Peterson in the last game. As Evans sits down with a bloody nose, they're going to try and cure her up. That's not good for Hanover. She's a real strong scorer for Hanover. And now Hanover's going to have to do something here. They've only got, they don't get on the board, they've only got 7 minutes and 30 seconds unofficially left in their season. Now Hanover's defense is going to have to step up big. Number 15 for Grafton once again's up there. She has a goal already tonight. Today, whatever you want to call it. Carr has the ball for Hanover, crosses it out in front to Sylvia. Sylvia gets tripped up, and there's a call. Hanover's going to have a penalty kick.
Well, Hanover is down a goal, but the Hanover team is strong, and it wouldn't be a shock to me if they can come back and take the whole thing. It will be interesting to see if they can pull it off, but I'm sure they could do it.
Just kicked by Carr, opportunity for Hanover. No opportunity for Hanover. They've got to get on this board or else there's only 6.5 minutes to go unofficially in the second overtime period.
Different Hanover, number 10, Allison Themistocles.
Ali Themistocles comes in the game for Hanover, senior tri-captain.
Let's go, baby! Keep it up, Hanover!
Trapped down by Carr. The ball goes out of bounds. It's going to be corner kick for Hanover. Big opportunity for Hanover to get on the board. Lisa Waldron's going to take the kick for Hanover. She's great at those corner kicks. She really puts them out in front. Nice for Hanover as they're going to strike in possibly. Look to get something going. Hanover's only bringing back the whole team on offense, keeping 2 back. And it's cleared out of bounds, and again, Waldron's going to take the corner kick.
I don't know, that wasn't a very smart decision. It was coming from the left side of the field. As Waldron is her dominant foot is her left. And it's not easy to take a corner kick with your left foot from the left side. Also, she's one of the tallest girls out there. It would make a lot more sense to me if they put her out front and tried to get her head on the ball.
It's called for Grafton. Not too much time, just under 5 minutes to go. Grafton has the 1-0 advantage over Hanover in the state finals. This is what it all comes down to, though, Chris. Grafton came on strong early, and they knew what they had to do in the first part of the overtime. They put one in the net, and ever since then, they've somewhat had a momentum swing. And Hanover's just trying to play catch-up here with not too much time left. Got less than half of this period to go. As Waldron throws it in for Hanover. Crosses it over to Evans, who crosses it right back over to Waldron, who puts it up in front. And, Kate Halloran headed it the wrong way. Nelson hustling to the ball, though, for Hanover. Gives it off to Reed. Reed does a nice job of getting it to Halloran. Nice job by Halloran trying to trap down the ball, but Grafton was able to kick it out of bounds. And once again, the AstroTurf's been a factor, making this ball bounce all over the place. Halloran was trying to keep the ball down so it wouldn't have as much bounce, and it's really hard to control. Something Hanover. Nice move by Tara Doyle, tries to cross it on the front. Grafton blocks it out. Themistocles up on the ball. Goes over Waldron's head. Knopf, trying to get over to that ball. Gives it off to Waldron. Gives it to Peterson. Crosses it out in front. Only about 3 minutes left to go. Possibly in Hanover season, and only 3 minutes to go till possibly Grafton's going to take a state title. Hanover's going to try and get on the board. Hanover is the defending state champions. Grafton might have that title by the end of this game. Sails over Doyle's head. She's got to hustle out, and Grafton kicks it out of bounds.
This is one of the last opportunities for Hanover right here. They have to capitalize. If they don't capitalize on this, it's going to be really hard because the pressure is going to be on with the last few minutes left.
Just denting into the 2-minute mark here. Ball's kicked out of bounds. They got to take the shots. They haven't been taking the shots at all.
Immediately following the end of the game, all spectators must remain off the field.
It's going to be hard for whoever loses this game to walk off the field, but like I mentioned, nobody really is a loser in any state tournament play. They made it this far, a lot further than a lot of teams wish to be. They wish they were here right now, so, you know, Nobody's a loser, but Hanover wants to win it. They're not going to give up with under 2 minutes to play, but Grafton's definitely in the driver's seat.
Come on, Elena!
As I'm sure they have sparkling grape juice waiting on the bus if they do win. It's brought out in front. Grafton trying to just keep Hanover away from the net as they're counting down the moments. Their state tournament possible victory. Very little time left to go. Hanover's got to get something going if they want to get this into a sudden victory period. Cleared out once again by Grafton. Very, very little time left. It's looking awesome for Grafton here to take over the state championship. It's cleared out by Evans. Gave off the car. Baldwin gets to the ball and kicks it up for Hanover.
You have to feel bad for the girls. If they lose this one, they worked so hard this year. And the seniors, I feel bad for them because they want to come back and get the state title, you know, and it's just going to be difficult.
Not too much time left in their season. It's looking really good right now for Grafton. Definitely in the driver's seat. It's not over until that foghorn blows, though.
He's shaking the foghorn. He's getting ready to blow it any second now.
And Grafton, I'm sure, will explode out into that field when he blows that foghorn. And they're definitely in the driver's seat for the victory here. He's looking at that watch in anticipation to blow the foghorn. He's waving back the players. Doyle takes the shot, possibly for Hanover in a last desperation, and that's it! Grafton wins the state championship! Wow, nice job by Grafton. Congratulations to the Grafton girls soccer team. 86 MIAA Division III state champions. Hanover came on strong, winning the South Shore League title, the South Sectional, and the Eastern Massachusetts title. They lose in the state championship game, one they won last year. Hey, they can't frown on this game. What a game they both played, bringing it into overtime. You couldn't have asked for anything better. Grafton came on strong, played strong in that first of 2 overtime periods, scored the goal. We're going to have a ceremony for... And congratulations to Grafton. You really deserved it.
Wait a second. The game's not over yet.
Something's happening here. I don't know what's going on. Are you on, Rob? Something happened. I don't know. Grafton was out there celebrating, and now they're back on the field playing. Wow, talk about awkward. Ref must have reset his clock. Some quirk. I don't know what happened, but Grafton's gonna have to wait a minute until their season is gonna go. It's gonna be for Hanover. Hanover's gotta pick it up. Wow, that would be unbelievably weird if Hanover can tie it up here. Grafton celebrated a state championship, and it could be taken away from them as Hanover's got an opportunity. Waldron with supreme ball handling skills clears it out. And that's it! Grafton does win the state championship, as I mentioned before. Anything I said before, congratulations to both sides. That's torture. Wow, nice job by Grafton. 1996 MIA Division III state champions. For Chris Bouda, I'm Greg Baldwin. For cameramen Matt Reardon and Rob Mana, thanks for a great soccer season for both teams. Girls soccer played a strong year all the way through. And that's it. We'll see you in basketball.